Hello student, this is your chapter number 10, Introduction to Visual Basic 6. Children, we all know that we can do various tasks on computer, but computer still is nothing without human assistance. Means we need to give instruction to computer in some programming language. Okay. Now, basically computer understands only machine language, that is the code which is written in 0 and 1 form. Okay. But these machine language are very difficult for a user to understand and learn. So, that is why programming languages were developed for the ease of the user. Okay. The Visual Basic is not only easy to learn because of its English like syntaxes. Syntaxes here means the rule of writing any programming language command. Okay. Like whatever language you learn, whether it is Hindi, English, you need to learn first of all, or you had learned first its rule. That is why you are able to speak in English and Hindi correctly. Okay. So, similarly, here also we have rules for writing any programming language, and that rules technical term is syntax, syntax, and it can also be incorporated into all the Microsoft Office applications such as Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint and more. Visual Basic for application is also known as VBA. Okay, full form of VBA is Visual Basic Application. With VB6 is the short form of Visual Basic 6.0 version. You can create any program depending on your objective. For example, you can create educational program to teach various subjects. Then you can create financial and accounting program to make yourself more efficient in accountant or financial controller. For those who like game, they can also create game also. Okay. So, Visual Basic can be said, it can be said about Visual Basic that it is a programming language and development environment created by Microsoft. It is a product of Microsoft and it provides a graphical user interface. Like Windows we are working on is a graphical user interface operating system. GUI means that you have all many things in the form of graph. Okay. So, you can write the command also, or you can simply drag and drop, shortcut key, you can type whatever. Okay. So, this is what graphical user environment or interface. It allows developers to drag, drop objects into the program as well as manually write program code. Visual Basic is also referred to as VB and is designed to make software development more easy. Now, let us see the features of Visual Basic. It is GUI interface, just now I discussed, where you have the interactive environment where you can drag and drop, and you can even also write the command as per your requirement to get the entire task done. Then modularization, it is a good programming practice to modularize your program so that you can small program can be written easily, and small module it is easy to clearly indicate that what comes into the module and what goes out makes a program easy to understand. Next one is object oriented. Object oriented programming is a concept where the programming thinks of the program in objects that interact with each other. Then debugging is finding and fixing the error of a program is called debugging process. Okay. Now, Visual Basic offers two different options for debugging. One is debugging managed code and the other one is runtime debugger. Now, debugging managed code is individually debugs the C++ application and Visual Basic Windows application. The runtime debugger helps to find and fix bugs in program at runtime. Then data access feature, you can connect your Visual Basic project to the database. There are requirements when we have to fetch the data and so on for apps and all. So, these databases can be connected. These databases can be including Microsoft SQL Server or other enterprise level database. Then we have Microsoft IDE. These macros integrated development environment is similar in design function to the Visual Studio IDE. The macros IDE includes a code editor, tool windows, the properties windows and editors. Okay. Now, how to start window? For that you need to install first of all Visual Basic 6.0. Then when you will click on it to open it from start menu or from your desktop icon, it will display dialog box as shown here. You can choose a start a new project, open an existing project, or select a list of recently opened programs. A project is a small collection of files that make up your application. Fine. Now, there are all various types of application that can be created. However, we should start with standard.exe program, that is exe means executable program that execute by its own. Okay. Now, click on the standard exe icon to go to the Visual Basic 6.0 programming environment. Now, let us see the components of Visual Basic integrated development environment. Okay. One of the most significant changes in Visual Basic 6.0 is IDE environment, which is integrated development environment. It is the term commonly used in the programming world to describe the interface and environment that we use to create our application. It is called integrated because we can access virtually all the development tools that we need from one screen called an interface. Okay. Now, let us see what are the various components available in Visual Basic IDE window. What is menu bar, toolbar, debug toolbar, form editor toolbar, then project explorer, properties windows, form layout window, toolbox, form designer, object browser. Okay. And the field will disappear from the query. Now, you can see whatever this component shown that has been highlighted with the arrow. This is the window of Visual Basic, and this is the form where we will be designing the front end. Okay. Front end means how the app, every app has its front end. You have buttons where you click and where you have text boxes where you can write the details and so on. So, these all has to be designed on the form, and then we have this properties window. Okay. So, this is what all about. So, next remaining we will be covering in next video. Till then, take care. Thank you.